This is like very new to me because I haven't done this style before.
Yeah. So, dude, so what's your story? You grew the YouTube channel and now you're providing free therapy for meme lords.
Maybe we'll see how this goes. Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Let's do this.
All right. So, Jason, you are known like this Memelord guy.
Yeah, yeah. That's me.
What was your life like before Memelord?
I lived in like a cave. No, I mean before Meme Lord, man, I was working in marketing, and working with a bunch of startups, and basically realized like all these tech companies need distribution, they need eyeballs, and it can't be boring, you know. So I'd been making content and making YouTube videos and crazy stuff since I was a kid, and memes kind of became the center point of funny marketing and hyper viral trends. And so I had yeah, been grinding for a while, and then decided to go off on my own and build Meme Lord and dedicate my life to memes. It's been good, man. It's been, oh, sorry, that's my desk. You know, there are always challenges and people who think you're crazy, as I'm sure you've gotten with YouTube.
Yeah.
It's you know, eventually people realize that there's actually a lot of money in being silly and helping other people be silly and make money doing it. So
Hang on, man. I just realized I have the notes open on here. I just realized that it's not gonna look good on the recording. So
when you start TYPEK therapy, like, what's the story behind that?
people
Yeah.
tell me that I could be a therapist.
Are you and you're full time on YouTube, right? Like making crazy YouTube stuff.
Yeah, well, I've been kinda lost for the last years. Like, I've been in university, IT, studying IT. It was something like I didn't know if I wanted to commit to YouTube full time for a very long time, but now I'm pretty convinced that this is what I wanna do, and just
Nice.
so I decided to reveal the real myself, kinda, and just yeah. So how was your day, man?
So far so good, man. Just grinding along. Been you know, getting more signups for the software. Been emailing some big companies that we're trying to work with. Um, I can't complain, dude. I can't complain. Where are you again? You're in. Where are you?
I'm from Slovakia.
Can I go one time? Next time? Yeah?
I'm in this like small village right now, just in my parents' place, cause it's the holidays and we wanted to like get together and spend some time together. So,
Love it.
where did you get this idea of meme marketing? Like, where did this come from?
So I was working with a bunch of startups and basically saw like how do you get attention is just be unhinged and crazy. And so I wrote this book called Memes Make Millions. And what this was me going undercover on the internet, going deep, and trying to, you know, understand how all these meme pages are making money. Like, aren't you guys curious how meme pages make money, right? And so I interviewed a bunch of them, like all the biggest pages. I found out their strategies and I found out like how they do it, because I was just curious, dude, who is behind these weird pages? Who is behind this, right? And I wrote this book and I realized how much just pure money there was in meme marketing, right? You have all these brands paying to be featured on meme pages. You have meme pages promoting their own companies. You have literal, you know, meme lords making millions and actually some billions of dollars, right? And I figured, what if I built a software around that, around meme marketing? And basically it you know, was very organic. I didn't plan on this. I don't know how to code, actually. And so it just came from like a pure fascination and obsession with being funny on the internet, and how to make as much money as possible doing that.
Yeah.
And memes are like, you know, they are the shortest, quickest form, right? And they are hyper contextual and just like, I don't know, they're the most fun. I love doing them. So I kind of doubled down. I would say like my advice to anybody here is double down on whatever your superpowers are and just never stop and just keep doubling down again and again and again. And eventually you'll just be unstoppable at what you do. It took me a while to figure out, you know, I've been making content and trying a bunch of stuff for a long time. And basically like it took a while to figure out that this is the thing that would make me millions. Like I would have never expected that. When I was 16 or 17, I was like doing all sorts of other shit and YouTube videos, and never would have expected to be the Memelord. I didn't plan on that, but it's great. It's a good life, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying my therapy. I feel therapized.
A great success.
It's crazy. Other people pay for therapy, and I just have people with giant YouTube channels DM me and say, hey, want to do therapy for free? Like, why are more people not doing this? That's what I'm wondering.
So you talked about the book, right? You wrote the book. How did that come along?
Dude, it was hard, not gonna lie. It was, I would say 6 months, 9 months, maybe a little longer, of interviews, writing, and at the end of the day, like, I just wanted it to be helpful to other people, and you know, provide them with the strategies that I learned to do that. So like, you know, one of my big philosophies on the internet in general is like, you don't need to be an expert. You just need to be one step ahead of somebody else, right? Like, I write to a younger version of me that was 18, 16 years old, trying to make it on the internet. And, you know, anybody can do that, right? There's a younger version of you out there who's 16, 17. I don't know how old you are, but, you know, 16, 17, you know, who has 0 YouTube views, right? It's like, what did you learn, right? And so that's what I always recommend. You know, the best content strategy or whatever is, at least for me, when you're trying to make money and teach people things, it's just write to a younger version of yourself. And same with, honestly, like joke videos and stuff like that. It's like, make the videos that you would like, you know? Yeah. So that's what I did. I wrote the book that I wanted to read. I think that's what I'm trying to say here is like, I wanted to read this book. I wanted to find out how do meme pages make millions of dollars. So I wrote the book. Like I think everybody thinks you need to be an expert to write a book. No, like you become an expert by writing the book, right? You become really good by actually learning the things and talking to the people. And that's how you become good at it. And, you know, like my book, like didn't start as me writing a book. It actually started as me doing a podcast like this. And I had, you know, 2 or 3 meme lords on, and I was like, oh my God, I need to learn more. And then I ended up writing a book about it. Like, you could just do things. You could just write a book. Like, you know, the internet is permissionless. And, you know, you know, like, dude, you DM'd me, and within 2 days we had a call booked, right? Like, yeah. That's just what I did too. I just DM'd cool people or people I thought were interesting and said, hey, want to book a call? So, unless you secretly DM me because you think I need therapy, in which case,
you got me.
Dude, that'd be hilarious. Outreach is like, hey, I think, dude, you know how there's all those hustle bros sending cold DMs about like, hey, like, you know, I think you need to get in shape, or hey, like, you know, sign up for my software. Like, you should be like, hey, your Twitter posts are super unhinged. I think you need therapy. Like. Why is nobody doing this? So good. I don't know. I feel like this is a good opportunity to, like, you could do like have you ever seen Between Two Ferns? The show is Zach Galifianakis. It's like almost like a comedic therapeutic conversation show. And they just sit there and like, it's super just like quiet vibes. It's a vibe. I think you'd like it. What are some of the, I'm curious for you, like, what have you learned building the YouTube, you know, as big as you have? Like, any advice as well?
Well, you know, just be yourself, I guess.
That's fair. People want to see you be yourself, man. That's it. I think a lot of people are terrified of it.
What are your thoughts on AI?
AI girlfriends are the future. I have 17 of them. I also have 16 AI boyfriends because you got to switch it up sometimes. What are my thoughts on AI? In what context? I have a lot of thoughts, like around content, around money, marketing, the future.
Maybe I would like to focus on art.
On art?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think AI is a superpower for artists, and I really don't understand the anti-AI sentiment. I think it's like, my whole philosophy at Memelord is we give you superpowers to make weird shit, you know? And I'm having the most fun of my life as an artist. I've been, you know, a graphic design kid since I was 14, selling stickers on the internet, doing graphic design for all sorts of companies and sororities and fraternities in college. And I'm having the most fun of my life making weird stuff because AI allows that. I'm also making the most money in my life, right? And so I think like I don't really understand why artists are anti-AI. I think it's a lot of fear that it'll get replaced. But like it's just a new tool. Like when the camera came out, I'm sure painters were very upset that photographer, were replacing them doing portraits, right? And it's like, no, like it's so much fun to take pictures, bro. Like, why are you so upset? I don't know. That's my thoughts. And I think as well, like you don't have to just use AI. Like I spend a lot of time still like making collages on like, I'm literally at my desk right here and like I make a lot of collages with no AI. Like, like you could do both. Like there's nothing wrong with it. I still spend all my, a lot of time doing that. And I think like musicians, like they've been using AI forever. Like people are such bitches. Sorry to curse, but like, dude, auto-tune, like, come on. Like that's AI. That's been AI for 20 years. Like people are just upset. And so I don't know. I think like you could either like choose to be upset or you could have fun and make more money. And like personally, I choose the latter. So that's my thoughts. Yeah. I don't know. I think it really depends how you use it. Like build the things that AI can't do. Like, I don't know. I was making this collage the other night when I couldn't sleep and it's just like cutting out different things from different, newspapers and collages. And I don't know, man, it was fun. I had a good time. I think like, I don't know, AI is a superpower and like, I like having as many superpowers as I can, it's leverage. Like I would encourage artists to look at like people like Andy Warhol. Like Andy Warhol would have used so much AI. The dude had a factory of employees working for him, right? And people think that art has to be this romantic thing. And I used to think that too, but Warhol has a great quote, which is like, business is art, right? The best business is art, right? And I wrote this post about it a while ago. It's like, dude, writing an email, a very well-crafted email, that's poetry, dude. That's like screenwriting. Like when I'm writing to a VC or an investor or something, like that's art, right? Like I used to dream to write movies and now I'm turning my life into a movie, right? Because I treat everything like art. Everything around you is art, Making software is art. Like you look at our software and that's art. And so I would, art might be changing, but that's a good thing. Vibe coding, so much fun. Like you could just make weird stuff, make weird art. It's just one way to express yourself. And anybody can learn. Like I didn't know how to code. I still don't know how to code. I raised $3 million, but by spending the time doing it and having fun, thinking of it as an art form, that's how I learned how to start playing around with stuff. So.
But did you know that Andy Warhol is from Slovakia originally?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love Warhol, man. He's one of my heroes.
Right, I don't know if this is something that you wanna talk about, but are you religious?
Sort of. So I'm Jewish, and I definitely associate. I'm not like a big God person. More just like the culture, hanging out with family, friends. I don't believe in God though, personally, right now. But what about you? Are you religious?
I'm kinda like, I believe that something is probably out there, but I just mostly like believe in myself.
Yeah, believing in yourself, man. Like we make our own luck, and like nothing's gonna go save you except for yourself,
So I've read in your reflections that you have a lot of like angel investors and stuff, and that's pretty much how you raised the $3 million. How did this come to be? Like, how is it just about knowing the right people, or how?
It's all from Twitter, dude. Exactly what you did, and building up your audience and meeting people. I met every single person via Twitter that invested in us and got introduced to other people. Yeah, I'm a college dropout. I knew nobody from school that helped. I knew nobody from my home life. It was all from I started a podcast actually 4 years ago. And that's how I met a lot of people originally and built those connections. I also I just send DMs to people that I think are cool and get on the phone and I say, hey, like, want to chat? Like, I'm just a friendly person. I like meeting people. And, Our first angel investment is from a woman named Cyan Bannister, who I think you'd love. She is the best angel investor in history, and she is also extremely fascinating human and weirdo, and she will admit that she is a proud weirdo and believes in the mystical and weird and magical. And I listened to her on a podcast, and it turned out she had already followed me. And she was like literally a homeless drug addict, and now she's probably a billionaire. And I loved her story, man. And so she was the first person I reached out to. And she, flew me out, or I flew out to meet her and the team. And once that first check came in, then I started messaging my other contacts. You gotta have a good idea, have some traction. I built Memelord by myself first and grew it, and then I raised the money. So that would be what I recommend. But there's I wouldn't do it just to get out of financial situation. But if you have an idea that's really valuable, that you think you could really build, then investors will want to invest in you. If you have something that you think will be super powerful. Before I found the angel investors as well, like I found all my jobs ghostwriting via Twitter, right? So I used to be the ghostwriter behind a lot of founders that you probably have seen on the timeline. And I found them all from just sending DMs on Twitter and saying, hey, do you need help? Like you could easily do the same with your YouTube and, hey, do you guys need help with videos? Hey, do you want to sponsor my YouTube channel, right? You just send the messages. Some people are going to say no, they're going to ignore you, but some people are going to say yes, how much? And then that's the fun part. You just make up a price. And then if they say yes, they say yes. If they say no, they say no. But I mean, that would be my first step, dude, is you have a giant YouTube channel, start messaging people to sponsor it. And you never know what people are going to say, hey, do you need help making YouTube videos? Right. If you find somebody with like a really cool, a startup, like with a really cyberpunk style, like your style, like, hey, do you need help? Right. Everybody's looking for people like you. I think you're underestimating it. But I think you can make a lot of money, on the internet as you're early right now, but you can make a lot of fucking money as you start meeting people. You got this.
I think that this therapy thing may be interesting to people.
Yeah. I think like, would you always do recordings? Or would you also want to do like private therapy sessions?
I don't know. Is it legal to do like private therapy if you don't have like a license?
Oh, probably. Yeah, I guess that's true. Probably not.
Well, did we talk about your childhood already, or?
No, we have not, therapists. We have not.
Do you want to talk about your childhood?
Not really, man. I don't know. No, I had a good childhood. It wasn't bad. Parents split up. That was probably the hardest part, was divorce. But I think like, I just like was a kid on the internet a lot, making stuff, and always dreamed of like making it on the internet. And so I don't really think about childhood stuff much anymore, except for like still pursuing my childhood dreams. I still feel like I haven't made it yet. Maybe there's just a hole inside my heart that I need to solve, but I've been making stuff since I was 10 years old online, and still trying to grow and do the same thing. So I feel like, dude, some funny edits would be kind of sick on it. Like you're almost like your editing style, but for therapy, like could be really funny.
Okay.
What are your like biggest inspirations?
Yeah, I would say I'm like a weird mix of like Mac Miller inspired and like rappers and Childish Gambino, and then like the Elon Musks of the world. So I'm like equally inspired by artists and actors and musicians as I am by like tech billionaires and moguls. I would say like those are two big ones. I love writers in general, Hemingway and Vonnegut and stuff like that. I'm a big reader and writer. I think I get inspiration from a lot of people. Warhol, like I said, there's inspiration all around us,
Well, I guess I ran out of questions.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, making memes.
Are you into philosophy by any chance?
Yeah. I like Schopenhauer a lot. I've been reading a lot of Schopenhauer. What about you?
I've been looking into it, but I don't really know much. Would you maybe recommend?
I would start with like Schopenhauer's been good. Albert Camus is good. The Stranger's a really good book. It's like very fast. It doesn't feel philosophical, but it is. It's like the idea of absurdism, where just everything's absurd. I think like I don't know, man. I think philosophy is like not as helpful as it should be. Like at a younger age, like it's actually like doesn't add much to your life. Like right now, like hard work will add things. You know, like philosophy. Like I don't read much right now, anyways, because I'm grinding. Right, like you'd think like philosophy would be helpful, but really, there's a reason why all philosophers like were drunks and died young because they spent all their time thinking instead of like working. You know, it's like there's a good line of like you're good at chess but bad at life. You know, like I don't know. I think yeah, I would start with like I like Schopenhauer a lot. He's good. He's very like based, dark humor. It's good.
Life? Oh no. It's life.